Alright, so today's video is the one that won the poll recently, and that is choosing the 12 books that are going to go into my TBR Book of the Month for 2023. As you can see, I am showing my very Christmassy bookshelf right now, and a lot of these books are read, but also there's a great ton that aren't. And so what I'm going to go ahead today and pick out the ones that haven't been read, and then going to write them all down on a piece of paper, put them in a jar. We're going to draw out all 12 in one go, and then the order that they're drawn out in will hopefully be the order that they are put up on each month. Now I will be making it a little bit difficult for myself, as in some of these books up here are books that perhaps belong to a series, or I haven't read book 2, and it would make no sense to put book 3 on the list if I haven't read book 2. So if it's part of a series, I'm going to only pick the books that I haven't read next in the series, just to make sure that we don't have any issues when picking the books. Now, as you can see, I do have quite a few books on here, and there are mostly books that I have read. Oh, I've forgotten to show the shelf down here, haven't I? And I do have some sitting out over on my desk, but they are ones that hopefully I'll be reading this month, except for one. I've decided that I won't be reading 𝓤𝓽𝓮𝓮, so that will be definitely one that I'll add to the list. I will put in the same authors. So for example, here we've got The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I haven't read any of this series, and I believe Cinder is book 1, so I don't know why this is out of order. And then also behind here we've got the Renegade series by Marissa as well. And if I want to read both of them in the same year, I'm going to have to put both of them in. So it's just little things like that. Again, with Bridget Kemmermere, I'm going to put Forging Silver into Stars, and also Defend the Dawn, which is normally here. It's just still out on my desk, but both of those will go in, and they're the same author. I think that's the only thing I really need to worry about, is making sure that I'm not going to read books or put down books that are after a book that I have yet to read, and also making sure that I do put down all the books by the same authors, even if it means that we have double up of authors in the final list. So I'm going to do the checking of everything and make a database off camera, and then I'll show you when I'm done. I'll do a screen recording of what I've got. Okay, so as you could see on the screen recording there, I have quite a few books. I thought I actually had more than what I do, but it turns out great, because that means I can always get more in the new year. The even greater thing is that I've read most of them. I thought that I'd have more on this list, but there's only 42 books that I've yet to read that I own a copy of, and I'm going to show you now that I am going to copy and paste this over from my Notion into a document, change the colouring and the fonts and everything, and put them in borders so I can print them out and showcase them as little pieces of paper to put into our little jar. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I've printed them out. As you can see, I managed to fit them onto the one page. Does mean they're going to be a little bit small, but what we're now going to do is we're going to cut them down, which is going to take a bit of time, and then stick them in this little container to draw them out of. I've got my paper runner here, and I always do this. Does anyone else do that as well, where they put it up the wrong way? Like, there's always a way that I like to use this, and I always put it up the wrong way the first time around. So I'm not very good, where is the ruler, at guessing where the line should be. So I always end up doing this just for the first one, They don't have to be straight. These are literally going to go in the bin after I'm done with them. And but I do like the lines to be as straight as possible. And I do apologize if the music that my mum is playing in the living room, she's baking right now for Christmas, and I do apologize if that music is catching in the see, I did it wrong, the audio of this clip. She did turn it down, but I can still hear it word for word. And unfortunately my mum is a little deaf, so her music is always quite loud, and I don't normally have too much of a problem of it, except for when I'm trying to film. So I'm going to probably speed this up. Let me break these up into their own little lines here. I'll probably speed this up so we don't have to sit through me cutting heaps and heaps of paper. I actually am going to have to cut these ones by hand because my blade is dull on that, so let's just quickly do it this way. I just realised as I started cutting these that not all of these can go in. So I think what we'll do is we'll just put them to the side for now. This is what happens when you're trying to do more than one thing at a time. I've actually been working, I am an artist by trade, and I haven't been able to do any artwork for the last year. That's my printer in the background, if you can hear that, it's just doing its little run through now that I'm not using it. And I had a piece of art that I wanted to gift for Christmas that I had to get finished, and what I do is make dolls, so I had to run it through the ovens, and I know that sounds really odd, but that cures the paint and the sealant. So I had already painted it a long time ago, it's just been sitting on a shelf, and I've just sealed it today, and it's hopefully she can't hear me because I think she's out in the living room. It's for my sister for Christmas and she has no idea, so I'm hoping I can get it finished. All I have to do is assemble it tomorrow, but that did mean that I've been back and forth between doing this task and that because my list is longer than my arm at the moment. Everyone else I've spoken to also has a very busy lead up to Christmas, so I know I'm not the only one. But rushing around does lead to mistakes, such as printing out all the titles of the books, even though you said in the beginning that you wouldn't put books on that are further in the series than the ones that you've not read yet. And also I burnt my hand, I don't think you can see, but in this area if it looks a little shiny it's because I've put some gel on to help bring down the burn. Sometimes it gets really hot when you're working with the vinyl, and I was rushing to get back to here, so ended up burning myself. It's not been the greatest day, but we live, we move. So I'm almost done now with these. I actually have to take some of these out, so we'll just quickly run through them. I probably won't talk about all of them on the camera. I was meant to go ahead once I finished making the Notion owned TBR list to assign certain books with certain things. There are some in here that I haven't read but I'm going to be reading with my friend, and I don't want to like put them down for a month because I think some of them are on her friend's choose my TBR list, and she's already got them set for months, so I want to match those months with her. And the whole point of doing this was to put in the books that I haven't yet read, and
I've lost my train of thought. The books that I haven't yet read but are also not on a list. So like this one here, the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, is right here actually. And this is my next read. I'll be picking this up once I finish Kingdom of the ☜ So I can't put that in there because I'm reading it this year. Okay, so these are all the ones that we can't use, so we'll put those in the bin. That means I could have printed them out bigger, but that's okay. So we've got them all in here. I think I'll fold them all up just because I can see, and I'm not going to be able to show myself on camera because that's something that I'm not comfortable with. So I need to make sure that I'm making this look genuine by not showcasing what they are. And then lucky last, and we'll give it a good shake. Oh, that didn't go in. Now I can still see some of those, but you're just going to have to go with knowing that I am closing my eyes. Right, we'll put that down. Okay, so we need to grab out a piece of paper. No, actually we can just line them up, but we need 12. Is that correct? Where is my journal? Sorry, I have all my journals underneath this little shelf that you're resting on. So here's the Blackout journal, and we are filling in, where are we? This page here. So we've got that ready. So for January, let's go. I'm just gonna, kind of nervous actually. What am I gonna be reading next month? Okay, we've grabbed one. What have we grabbed? Okay, so we've got Scythe by 𝓤𝓱𝓮𝓮. Scythe. There we go, so that's January. Wasn't expecting that one to be what we ended up with, but okay. Now the camera has gone completely out of focus. Let's wait for it to come back in. Okay, there we go. So, February. Let's hope for a romance. What's this one? First Impressions by Sally Thorne. I think it's better if I just put them down here because you can read them. Okay, March. Oh yay! One of the ones I really wanted to read. It's Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Okay, so far I'm not unhappy at all. Okay, we're looking for April now. Okay. Another Sally Thorne has made it onto this list. Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match. So that's April. So we now need the next 4, which is from May. Okay, what's this one? Okay, Poisoned by, I think, Jo Donnelly. Okay. Now for my birthday month, what are we going to read? This one has to be good. Please don't be House of Sky and Breath. Oh no, I jinxed myself. Okay, I can live with it. House and Sky and Breath is for my birthday month. I'm not going to say anything now because I'm going to end up with the books that I don't want. Okay, so July. Here we go. What's this one? The Damned. Okay. That's by 𝓤𝓲𝓷𝓭, I think is how you say her name. It's the second book in the Beautiful series. Okay. August. Okay. What have we got? Oh, cool. I really want to read this one. Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. Okay, the last 4 to go. Can we see all of those? No, we can't. That's alright. We'll bring them back onto camera soon. Right. So, September. I'm starting to get nervous because what if I pick up one that I really don't want to read? Okay. That's good. September, it'll be an entire year from when it came out. Defend the Dawn. Can I wait till September to read this book? That's the one that's going to be the hardest one. I was meant to read it for the last 3 months. Oh, this really, really throws me off because I really don't want to break the rule and pick another one, but also I don't want to wait till September to read it. Especially when book 3 will be out in September. I think I'm going to pull this one aside because I really do want to read it, and I feel bad for doing it this way when I put it in here, and I probably should have just left it out to begin with. So yeah, we're going to pull that one out because I think my friend, if I wait any longer than the next 2 months, is probably going to kill me for not reading it because she so desperately wants to talk about it. So I'm sorry, we're going to redo, what one are we up to, September? We'll redo September. I'm really sorry for that. I shouldn't have put that in there. Right. Where are they? There, grabbed one. What have we got? Okay, that one's really good. The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd-Jones, I believe. There's a lot of Emilys on my shelf. I only realised that today, and I actually think I might take a photo of all the books that's written by Emilys. Okay, back to what we're doing. October. Right, what have we got? Okay, this makes up for me taking out Defend the Dawn. It's Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kimemere. Right, so we just need 2 more. Okay, we can do this. What's this one? Threadneedle. Okay, I'm not really thrilled about this one, to be honest. I've got a friend that read it and didn't enjoy it. This is by Carrie Thomas. It sounds really good though. So, you know what? We'll go with it, and at the time when I go to read it, if I don't like it, at least I've read it, and then I can unhaul it. Okay, so we need just 1 more. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1 more. Okay, we've got all these good babies in here. Let's see what we've got and what will be the last read of 2023 for the TBR Book of the Month. Where is one? Oh, okay. I can wait for that, and that'll be really nice to read around December because I really do like Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and it is a YA book by her, and it's been on my shelf for a little bit ever since I read See You Yesterday, and I'm not mad about that at all. I really am looking forward to December now. Okay. So let me grab these 3 and put them up here. These are our picks. So now I need to grab some book covers and we can print them out to fit in here. Okay, voiceover time because the music got too loud and I decided that I would just cover it all when I got to this point of editing. And as you can see, I'm just showing a very quick moment of me saving one of the covers. I've saved all the rest of them. I'm now going to put them all into a Word document, the one we used before, and resize them down. And there's a handy trick that I can hand to people who use Microsoft Word. If you use your sizing of the photo, you can just push Ctrl-Y and it will repeat the same thing that you just did previously, which is how I get them all to be the exact same size. I have a full book tutorial on how I make these little book covers in the description below for you. It does need a little bit of an update, but it's still pretty helpful. Now we're going to stick all of them into the book, and I really, really like how this looks. I had a little bit of a struggle with April and August, not going to lie. I don't know why along that last edge it was a little bit difficult, but I'm really happy with how they all looked. I would prefer to print them out on sticker paper, but I didn't want to waste the rest of the sheet when sticker paper is quite precious to me right now. But in the future I would love to print them out that way because the individual taping of these was a little bit of a time-consuming task. So I'm really happy with getting these all down, and another thing ticked off my list before 2023 arrives. I'm so excited for a lot of these books on the list. There's a couple I'm a little nervous that I won't give great ratings to, but at least I'll have read them and then I can either unhaul them or pass them on to friends that perhaps might enjoy them more than me. I am super excited for the year of 2023. I've got lots of new ideas of how to share things in this journal that you're seeing, as well as the channel itself. I really hope that you'll stick around and see how that goes. And I also have 2 other videos that were on the poll that I want to do, so they'll definitely be up before 2023. And also my January setup will be coming, I think, Christmas Day, or just before then. I have to film it and then get it edited and up, but other than that, I'm super excited to share it. I'm also very nervous to be using my Blackout journal for the first time for this setup for a monthly, I'm going to say setup again. Anyway, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I've been very chatty while I've been setting this up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video, and I hope it's a really good one. And I look forward to your feedback, and if you don't watch another video by me, thank you anyway for spending some time with me today, and I hope that you have a great new year, and if you're celebrating Christmas or the festive time, that you have a good time with your loved ones. Bye everyone!